It's one.
People with autism.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We'll have those stories coming up, including a special guest today telling us about a local film they're putting together.
Two special guests.
Two special guests, all right.
It's been called, it's an indie film. It's been called Subversive, Hilarious, and Not for Everyone.
All right, I'm sold.
Yeah, right? Yeah, me too.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll hear from them later on in the hour. But first, to check the forecast, and it looks like a pretty nice start to the week. Partly cloudy today, and we might see a little more sun as the day goes along too.
Yeah. It's one of those good partly cloudy days, though.
Yeah,
It's like,
warm.
Yeah. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations on Turner, Manchester, Hearn, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning there's some areas of dense fog that's developing. We have some areas in the western parts of the state that we're noticing that this morning. In other spots, though, near Bar Harbor, some areas of dense fog also being noted there according to the visibility. So you might encounter some hit and miss areas of fog this morning. No advisories in effect, so that's at least the good news to report there. Meanwhile, we had a little bit of moisture moving through recently. That has since tapered off. Today, we're going to be dry out there as we'll be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward. There's a little bit more moisture off toward the west. We can see up in parts of Canada now. It's going to try to move in our direction, but I think it's going to dissipate before it does. So again, we'll stay dry for today under a partly cloudy sky with a good amount of sunshine. So keep the sunglasses ready to go for today. Later on tonight, the clouds will slowly begin to move in, but we will have some chances for for rain coming up later on this week. The days looking rather dry moving forward. As for the window, not too bad. A little bit gusty out there at around 10 to maybe 15 miles per hour sustained at times. Gusts up to 30 miles per hour are possible, but as we head towards tomorrow, looking a little bit calmer. So for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy, with a north wind gusting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a mixture of clouds and sunshine, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A Bangor man is expected to appear in court this week. He's facing charges after he allegedly assaulted an employee at a local store and stabbed a customer with a used needle. 41-year-old Clifford Neville is charged with aggravated assault, robbery, 5 counts of violation of bail, and 2 outstanding warrants. According to the Holden Police Department, Neville left the store with several items without paying for them on Friday. Police say he was confronted by an employee and assaulted her with a weapon. They say the employee and several customers managed to subdue Neville, but not before he allegedly stabbed one of them with a used needle. Police say they are not identifying the store, and although they say they commend the actions of those involved, they never recommend confronting shoplifters and instead urge people to call 911.
3 people have been arrested on drug charges following the execution of a search warrant in Greenbush. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, authorities conducted a search on the main road in Greenbush at around 5 o'clock Friday night. After entering and clearing the residence, multiple suspects were detained. Investigators also reportedly found a large number of suspected drugs and evidence of drug trafficking within that home. 59-year-old Monty Smith, 39-year-old Shane Howe, and 33-year-old Andrea Carlo, all of Greenbush, were arrested and taken to the Penobscot County Jail. Each of them are now facing drug-related charges.
Multiple crews responded to a house fire in Bangor on Saturday afternoon. The fire broke out just after 2:30 p.m. on Ohio Street. The Bangor Fire Department says it was a 2-alarm fire with all Bangor units as well as Orono and Brewer responding. They say the fire was under control in less than 2 hours, and they also say 2 people were in the home at the time but got out with no injuries.
But no injuries to any firefighters and no injuries to any civilians. I'd like to say that we were on scene here within 4 minutes of the alarm, so you really can't do much better than that, and we tried to limit the amount of damage the best we could.
Bangor fire officials remind everyone to ensure they have working smoke detectors. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
The Maine Forest Service is warning about the dry conditions as we head toward the summer. They spent the weekend fighting fires all around the state of Maine. These photos are from the Penobscot and Aroostook counties, along with Appleton Township, where at least 4 wildfires were sparked. Forest rangers say this is the busiest time of year for wildfires. There's a lot of dead fuels from the fall and winter on the ground, and conditions are ripe for fires until the countryside greens up. People are encouraged to be extra careful this time of year and to check with local fire officials before doing any outside burning. According to state officials, Maine averages more than 600 wildfires a year, with about 90% of those caused by people.
One day after the 6-month anniversary of the Lewiston mass shooting, Governor Mills signed a gun control bill into law that she authored herself. The bill addresses 3 areas of concern highlighted by the governor in her State of the State address. It strengthens Maine's yellow flag law, extends the requirement for background checks for all advertised firearm sales, and incentivizes background checks for unadvertised sales. Advocates of the new law say this is a great first step, while opponents say this won't help keep Maine safer.
I think today is a great day of showing proof that responsible gun ownership and gun safety can coexist. So I'm really proud of our state for taking this leadership role too. We're the 22nd state to create a background check to this degree. And so I think just the leadership again of making sure that we do preserve the gun culture that we have, but also recognize the proactive role that we can take to ensure that our communities remain safe is imperative. And so I think it's a day that we can all celebrate.
Because the bill wasn't passed as emergency legislation, it will go into effect 90 days after the legislature adjourned.
The current sheriff in Saginaw County is being challenged by one of his own deputies in the county sheriff's race. Both have been criticized for not taking steps that may have prevented the Lewiston mass shooting after the sheriff's office was warned twice about Robert Card. Brad Rogers sat down with Sheriff Joel Mary for more.
As a sheriff, do you take responsibility for some of the mistakes that might have been made?
I take responsibility for our agency and what our agency does. It's certainly not indicative of our agency. We have a good agency. We have a caring agency. We have guys that are committed to this profession.
The sheriff's office says Army Reserve commanders downplayed the threat Card posed and withheld crucial information about his release from a psychiatric hospital. Army Reserve commanders blamed the sheriff's office for not taking Card into custody and seizing his firearms.
Following the Lewiston tragedy and all the criticism that has fallen on the Saginaw County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Joel Mary and Sergeant Aaron Schofield both thought about not running for office.
I considered dropping out of the race, but I had members of the public and members of the department that I work with say, no, we know you didn't do anything wrong.
Did you think about not running again?
You know, in light of everything that happened, last year, certainly the thought crossed my mind, what kind of statement would that make? And if we didn't get this right, we're going to get it right next time, and we're going to learn from it.
The sheriff says they've since used the yellow flag law numerous times to confiscate firearms from people posing a threat to themselves or others.
We've done 2 this week. We just did one last night.
Both candidates don't want the Lewiston tragedy to define them. Sheriff Mary says what's important is making sure this never happens again.
What can we learn from this, and what can we do better? And because we need to do that. We need to get these things right.
In other news now, nurses and other hospital workers plan to go on strike this week in Machias. They plan to walk out of Down East Community Hospital to begin a 2-day strike. They're protesting what they say is the administration's refusal to address concerns about recruitment, retention, and safe staffing levels. The registered nurses and technicians gave the hospital advanced notice of their intentions following a vote to strike by members of the Maine State Nurses Association.
It can sometimes be difficult for veterans to file claims and receive services over the phone or online, but in Bangor on Friday, the VA Togus Regional Office worked to ease that burden. Over 100 veterans gathered at Bangor's Holiday Inn, where providers helped veterans file claims for injuries sustained while serving our country. The event also included an examination truck and tables offering a multitude of resources from various organizations.
Veterans have served our country, and it is our sincere desire to ensure that every veteran and survivor is aware of the benefits they have earned.
Events like this not only help with filing claims, but as one Air Force veteran says, it also serves as a place to meet and learn from each other's experiences.
Networking's a big thing. Just like when you're in civilian life. I mean, the more people you know, you don't know when you'll need them again.
And to learn more about their benefits, it's as easy as visiting our website at foxbangor.com. Sounds like a wonderful event, kind of giving them all those resources under one roof, or in one place anyway.
Right, really helpful. It's hard to know what's available to you.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, people laced up their walking shoes to support two very special events in Bangor, including one on the waterfront for the annual Walk for Autism. We'll take you there.
But first, another check of the forecast. Looks like a great day ahead today, a partly cloudy day with temperatures reaching the mid-60s. Partly cloudy and breezy overnight, with lows dropping down to the mid-30s. Tomorrow, a mostly cloudy day, but we'll see some sunshine. The highs on Tuesday, 58 degrees. We'll be right back.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate. Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Spring is here, and so are the savings at the Furniture Gallery. Relax with a reclining sofa and recliner for only $9.98. Opening up camp, queen mattresses starting at $188, and sleeper sofas starting at $598. Power lift recliners also starting at $598, or save $100 on medical grade lift recliners. All Flex Steel now 10% off, and all Bombasset bedroom sets 20% off. It's easy to buy at the Furniture Gallery with 18-month 0% interest financing. The Furniture Gallery.
Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered. Crockett's Excavation takes pride in the fact that our work stands the test of time. Reach out today for a free estimate.
Pictionary.
I can't wait for this. Where's my popcorn?
Play along from home.
Iguana?
Iguana is correct. You just did a cartwheel and you're like 7'6".
With a chance to win.
Paddle of nunchucks.
Nunchucks is correct.
Every weekday.
This is unfair. No one knew that Colton was prolific in nunchucks.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Hundreds of community members came out to the Bangor waterfront on Sunday to support and celebrate people with autism. The 22nd annual Walk for Autism was put on by the Autism Society of Maine. Organizers say this roughly 1-mile walk is the group's biggest fundraiser of the year. The nonprofit provides services to families with children or adults on the autism spectrum all across the state. Their goal each year is to raise enough money to keep their mission going, but also to connect families with resources and others with shared experiences in their communities.
You know, a lot of families who have a child with autism feel isolated. They feel like when they go into the community, there's nobody there that understands, or they don't know what they're going through. This is a whole different ball game. When they're here, they feel so supported. They meet other people.
Very, very proud of Camp Capella and all the other organizations that help support our artistic community, because we, cannot give enough to make sure that they have the best life that they can possibly have.
Over 400 people registered for the walk on Sunday. This is one of many events put on throughout April for Autism Acceptance Month.
And another group hit the streets of Bangor yesterday to connect with the community. Our Grace Blanchard has more about a nonprofit on a mission of inclusion and friendship.
This is my first time doing it, and I'm very excited.
Over 100 community members gathered at Cameron Stadium for the second annual Best Buddies Friendship Walk.
It's a community celebration for people to come together who are involved in Best Buddies or community members who have never heard of it.
Best Buddies is a nonprofit national organization that creates opportunities for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and those without to form lasting friendships.
We've almost tripled our numbers from last year. Best Buddies is fairly new to Central Maine. We've been in Southern Maine for a couple of years, but we're just kind of slowly moving throughout the state.
Organizers say they continue to see a growing number of chapters in schools and communities across the state.
When we started the club, it was just me and my advisor, and we've grown the club to over 41 members now.
Bangor High School's Best Buddies chapter president says they saw a great need for the program in their school.
We find that a lot of the students kind of get left out because they need like special things to do, so we cater to all of that, and we really just include them around the school and make them feel loved.
Many participants say the relationships they've made have had a significant impact.
It's good because you get to. It's good to communicate with peers and friends and adults that want to join the walk. It's an amazing opportunity.
All the money raised stays in the community to create more chapters and inclusive communities.
I hope people see the importance of including everyone in their communities. It makes us all better in every single way.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, around 70 Maine high school students were at the University of Maine in Augusta to explore careers in public service. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard spoke with students and organizers to learn more about this different take on a traditional career fair.
One of the goals of the Maine Municipal Association is to promote the wonderful opportunities in municipal government across the state, in careers in our towns and cities.
The coolest thing about this opportunity is that it's hometown careers. So this is right in their backyard where they don't have to travel far and they can stay right in the state of Maine.
Jobs for Maine graduates, the Maine Municipal Association, the University of Maine at Augusta, and the City of Augusta teamed up to showcase public service careers to Maine high school students.
A lot of open positions and really good career opportunities in towns and cities across the state.
Across the board for the state of Maine, we always need students to stay here. And it's a great opportunity for these students to start exploring these careers now.
Students agree that the career fair helped them get a look at careers they might be interested in.
I really want to join the medical field. I'm going to go to college to be an RN, so the paramedics and the EMTs really caught my eye.
The equipment that the police officers wear, they have a lot of different tools and different things for different jobs.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Great event for them. Hopefully it will give them some inspiration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:18. After the break, volunteers hit the streets to get Ellsworth all cleaned up and ready for summer. We'll hear from a few of them right after the break.
More Good Morning Maine coming up right after this.
It's one fantastic ride. The turbocharged, tech-inspired Kia Forte. Lease the new 2024 Forte LXS for $189 a month.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
She's the apple of his eye.
Ta-da! What do you think?
You look beautiful. And you're grounded.
She may be a tomboy.
You're so lucky you get to be in junior G.I. Joes. And you're lucky I don't want to get blood on my uniform.
But she's still Daddy's little girl.
Sit down, I want to talk to you for a minute.
This isn't a sex talk, is it? Because I already know more than I'd like to.
Learn all about Eve.
Am I supposed to understand what you mean by that?
On Last Man Standing.
Weekdays at 3 on Fox 22.
It's one fantastic ride. The turbocharged, tech-inspired Kia Forte. Lease a new 2024 Forte LXS for $189 a month.
Volunteers hit the streets and waterways of Ellsworth on Saturday to help keep the city clean.
It was all part of a late Earth Day celebration to get the city ready for summer. Our Callie Warren has the story.
Dozens of volunteers helped clean up around Ellsworth on Saturday. The weekend after Earth Day, the community came together to help clean city areas, including roadsides, businesses, and the local Card Brook. Volunteers say it's well worth the sweat.
Well, we had perfect weather and saw a great group of people. Just trying to make a small difference.
A volunteer congregation helped to clean up the local St. Joseph Catholic Church of Ellsworth.
Not a lot of us are experts, but between the group, we have enough ability and background to get everything done, and it feels good.
Make St. Joseph look good, make our Mary Garden look good, and just keep the grounds looking great.
The Ellsworth Moose Lodge held a free cookout for those that helped clean Card Brook, along with a local business gift raffle for volunteers.
What we do for the community each and every year is just amazing. It's just a very rewarding place to be at.
City officials say annual cleanup events like these help to keep Ellsworth beautiful.
Well, it's a great way to get outside. It was beautiful today, so we got to be outside, do some good for the city, give back a little bit.
In Ellsworth, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
For them, taking some ownership in their city, making it better for everyone.
I know, especially as tourism season is upon us.
Yeah.
All right, the time now is 8:22.
Let's get a full look at your weather forecast.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Areas of dense fog are developing this morning, but before we get to that, we also want to show you the wave heights. A lot calmer out there this morning at around 2 to 4 feet according to the buoys. No advisories in effect off the coastline or on land for that matter either, which helps to branch us in to the fog. We have a little bit of fog developing in a few spots like Bar Harbor and further off towards the west, but the rest of us, maybe some hit and miss areas of dense fog, but that's about it. No advisories in effect for that, at least at this time. But looking forward, though, again, we had a little bit of rain recently, but now that it's since started to taper off. So again, looking pretty nice out there for today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky with a good amount of sunshine, so definitely make sure to have the sunglasses ready to go as you do venture out. The bigger picture looks a little bit like this. So we have showers and thunderstorms that are developing across parts of the country again, especially across the Midwest. Some of the storms in the southern parts of the U.S. have got on the stronger side already this morning, so they may need to watch that. But for us, not looking too bad moving forward this week. Futurecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky expected for today. Keep the sunglasses ready to go. We'll see a good amount of sunshine later on tonight. Eventually becoming partly cloudy. We'll have to wait until tomorrow morning for the clouds to approach. And then throughout the day Tuesday, on and off cloud cover, but it looks like not looking too bad in that regard. A partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky in a few spots. But by the time we head towards Tuesday night, a few chances for rain showers will move in. Some of those could linger into Wednesday morning, but they will be out of here when Wednesday gets going as well. So overall, Wednesday itself will be looking pretty good. Now let's talk about some gusty winds here. Gusty up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour across the region today. So keep that in mind as you do travel. The winds will start to back off a little bit later on tonight. They look pretty good as we head towards tomorrow. Maybe a few gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, but those will be hit and miss depending on where you're at. As our average high temperature is now 60 degrees, we'll do mid 60s for us today. Upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, lower 60s as we head towards Thursday and Friday. Upper 50s, lower 60s again Saturday and also into your Sunday. So for today, here we go. Middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy. North wind getting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. By tonight, middle 30s, partly cloudy and breezy. North wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Tomorrow, here we go. Upper 50s, mostly cloudy. North wind only at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday with highs in the upper 50s. Lower 60s again for your Thursday, also under a mostly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Friday. Highs also in the low 60s.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
Make your boating experience even better with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. One of the best choices you can make to protect your boat and maintain your boating lifestyle. A Shoremaster boat lift makes cleaning your boat easier and provides more convenient access too. Hammond Lumber has all the accessories you need, from lighting packages and canopies to motor systems, including Shoremaster's exclusive Whisper Winch. Take your boating experience to the next level with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Are you experiencing foot pain? Comfort Shoes & More has a team of experts trained in pet orthotics to help you find relief. They offer tailored fittings, shoe modifications, customized orthotics, and much more for the ordinary or for the hard-to-fit foot, with fashionable and functional footwear from today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Teva, Taos, Ufus, and Birkenstocks. From running to walking, casual or dress, they have it all. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
When Crockett's Excavation and Auto Repair want to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Crockett's Excavation, located in Ellsworth, does it all. Whether you're looking to clear a lot, put in a driveway or road, or establish proper drainage, Crockett's Excavation has you covered.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects, science.
Name something that can make the earth move.
Heavy rain.
Hold on, it raining.
Health class.
Something you drop in the toilet and still use it afterwards.
Toothbrush.
Nah, I'm not sticking that in my mouth. We're not doing teeth brushing today.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Tornadoes wreaking havoc in the Midwest and Great Plains throughout the weekend. At least 3 people reported dead on Sunday. In Oklahoma, countless others looking at a total loss of their homes and businesses. The state's governor declaring an emergency in a dozen counties as crews begin to clear out the debris. Fox's Kevin Uretsky reports.
Dozens of powerful tornadoes touching down across the nation's heartland this weekend. Overnight, it was Oklahoma that saw the worst of the storms. Catastrophic damage all across the state. Some communities left completely devastated. The governor on Sunday pledging to get the recovery process going as quickly as possible.
Just praying for Oklahomans, just declared a emergency disaster so we can get all the help that those communities need.
In the small town of Sulphur, at least 2 people were killed, including a young child. Another death reported in Marietta along I-35. Power lines and debris could be seen littering the highway. The wind's powerful enough to flip this tractor-trailer on its side. Officials urging people to stay off the roads if they can, to clear the way for first responders. Tens of thousands are still without power across Oklahoma and Texas. Crews were out working to restore it as quickly as possible. This comes after more than 100 tornadoes were reported on Friday alone in other parts of the plains, some of them with recorded wind speeds of more than 100 miles an hour. People are still digging out from the damage on Sunday, with Iowa and Nebraska hit the hardest.
We just met with a family that had moved in from out of state, Kentucky, lived in their home 6 months. They're trying to do something today, but most likely it's 100% total loss. But again, Nebraskans reaching out, helping each other.
Both states plan to seek federal help as they work to rebuild. And the severe weather may not be over, with flood watches and warnings in effect Sunday for Oklahoma and at least 4 other states. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Pressure is growing for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to secure a ceasefire deal that would free Israeli hostages. Among those protesting in Israel are the family members of some hostages whose calls were renewed over the weekend when Hamas released videos of 2 hostages, including another Israeli American. The White House over the weekend said President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with the U.S., taking a clear position to oppose Israel's plans to invade Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering. The U.S. military is working to install an offshore temporary pier to bring in large shipments of humanitarian aid into Gaza. The White House says it will likely take 2 to 3 weeks before it's available for use.
Attendees of the White House Correspondents' Dinner were greeted with chants from pro-Palestinian protesters on Saturday. Protesters were accusing U.S. journalists of not reporting on the war correctly. As guests arrived at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, they held up banners and chanted "Shame on you" and reenacted executions in front of the Washington Hilton Hotel. President Biden was able to avoid the large protests in front of the hotel, but was still met with a smaller group of protesters by the back entrance who were calling for a ceasefire.
A governor is responding to the backlash over a story in her new book. It's a story about shooting her puppy. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, considered to be in the running to become former President Trump's pick for vice president, is responding to the backlash over a story in her upcoming memoir. In the book, Noem says she shot and killed her 14-month-old puppy named Cricket for bad behavior. Noem claims the wire-haired pointer had an aggressive personality that included misbehaving on a hunting trip, killing several chickens, and biting Noem's hand. Noem also detailed killing a goat she called nasty and mean. Reaction has been swift from both sides of the aisle. In a sign of the challenges Noem may face, a New York Post opinion column said, quote, "We've finally found an issue that unites the country." And coming up on the second half of the newscast, spring is in the air and lots of us are getting ready to jump into spring cleaning.
We will have some tips that will help keep you safe while doing so. You don't want to mix certain chemicals. The story right after this.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get special low 4.75% financing for 60 months on a boldly styled all-wheel drive Camry, which could save you up to $1,500. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Staying healthy is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Eat healthy foods. 2. Get moving with daily exercise. And 3. Keep up to date on your vaccines. From childhood through your senior year, staying current will protect you from viruses currently circulating across the country that could be dangerous, like measles, hepatitis, and meningitis. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist to learn the right ones for you, because hearing the facts matters. Go to cdc.gov. A message from the Maine CDC, this station, and the Maine Association of Broadcasters.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. It's also International Dance Day.
Whether you're good at it or not, dancing brings people together and can drastically improve your mood, maybe your mental health too. So maybe consider taking up a dance class soon if you'd like to get some exercise, maybe meet some new people and improve your self-esteem. Or, you know, if that's not within range of what you want to do, just put on some music when you cook dinner tonight and get loose.
Yeah, make you feel good, kind of get the blood going too. So not a bad thing.
I know.
So.
I think it shakes some stuff loose, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. All right, time for some history. On this history, on Day in History back in 1945, soldier and conscientious objector Desmond Doss saved 75 wounded soldiers in the Battle of Okinawa at Hacksaw Ridge. This was later depicted in the Oscar-winning film Hacksaw Ridge. Also on this day in 1945, the United States Army liberated the Dachau concentration camp, which was the first concentration camp established by Germany's Nazi Party. In 1967, Aretha Franklin released her hit song, Respect. It was written by Otis Redding and became the Billboard Song of the Year for 1967. Still very popular today.
I know. I wonder if Taylor Swift's music will be as popular,
you know,
because that was the Billboard Top 100. She just released that new album,
yeah.
and I'm like, I wonder if, you know, 60 years from now, it'll be that popular.
It's like this would turn into kind of like an anthem that they used for various things too. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Taylor over the years.
I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
So talented.
Yep. And in 1970, the United States and South Vietnamese forces launched an incursion into Cambodia, thus expanding the Vietnam War. And 5 years later, in 1975, the United States began to evacuate its citizens from Saigon in response to advancing North Vietnamese forces, bringing an end to the U.S. involvement in the war. And in 1992, massive riots were sparked in the city of Los Angeles after a jury acquitted LAPD officers on charges of excessive force and the beating of Rodney King. And in 2004, Oldsmobile built its final car, ending 107 years of production.
That was kind of sad. That was like one of the,
Yeah.
like the first brands of cars in the nation, you know.
I forget that it was one of the first.
Yeah.
I think it's the Alera. Alera was the
Alero was the last one
right.
they made, apparently.
And that one to me looks very similar to like some of the last Pontiacs
right.
as well.
Yeah. I like some of the old Cutlass Supreme. They were these big old boats, and
those are beautiful cars.
You know, V8 engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a boat.
Yeah, you do have a boat.
Yeah, it's got a V8.
Yeah.
It needs to be boaty to like be able to have that big engine.
I like
in
it
the
when
front.
you step on the throttle and you hear that. Whoa.
Right.
You know,
Especially when my catalytic converter was not working well
right.
a
That is
year ago.
Nice and loud. So. Yeah. All right, time for some birthdays. Today we have all actors and actresses. Uma Thurman is 54 years old today. Actor Daniel Day-Lewis is 66, and comedian Jerry Seinfeld, who also has been known to do a little acting,
A little bit.
70 years old today. So happy birthday to all of them.
Yeah, it's crazy that
lot of
Jerry's
talent.
70. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
I know. No, he looks good.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right, moving right along. It's going to be a beautiful day. Some clouds here and there, but overall, just lovely.
Get out and enjoy this spring weather while you can. It's
Go
going
for
to
a
be
walk.
warm too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations on Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning to some areas of dense fog that's developing. We have some areas in the western parts of the state that we're noticing that this morning. In other spots, though, near Bar Harbor, some areas of dense fog also being noted there according to the visibility. So you might encounter some hit and miss areas of fog this morning. No advisories in effect, so that's at least the good news to report there. Meanwhile, we had a little bit of moisture moving through recently. That has since tapered off. Today, we're going to be dry out there as we'll be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward. There's a little bit more moisture off toward the west. We can see up in parts of Canada now. It's going to try to move in our direction, but I think it's going to dissipate before it does. So again, we'll stay dry for today under a partly cloudy sky with a good amount of sunshine. So keep the sunglasses ready to go for today. Later on tonight, the clouds will slowly begin to move in, but we will have some chances for night chances for rain coming up later on this week. The days looking rather dry moving forward. As for the window, not too bad. A little bit gusty out there at around 10 to maybe 15 miles per hour sustained at times. Gusts up to 30 miles per hour are possible, but as we head towards tomorrow, looking a little bit calmer. So for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy with a north wind gusting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a mixture of clouds and sunshine, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Great day ahead.
Yep, thank you, Devin. All right, spring cleaning is an annual tradition for many, but there's more you should know about the cleaning products you use before you reach for that mop bucket.
We specifically the dangers of using too much of a product or combining them. We sat down with a chemistry expert for some safety tips.
Experts say mixing cleaning products can cause potentially hazardous chemical reactions and lead to serious health risks.
And there are 4 combinations that are especially dangerous.
Ammonia and bleach, that's the common household no-no. Do not mix those. They form chloramine gas, which when inhaled wreaks havoc on the inside of our bodies. Bleach with vinegar will form chlorine gas. Third, we have bleach again, mixing with isopropyl alcohol, also known as rubbing alcohol. The fourth solution that you do not want to mix together is hydrogen peroxide and vinegar.
Husson University chemistry expert Cody Edson says these combinations of chemicals seen on your screen are the most common and can be deadly in some cases. But it's best to avoid mixing any kind of household cleaner.
You should not mix any chemicals. Always follow the instructions that are labeled on the bottle by the manufacturer.
It's also important to remember that twice as much is not twice as good. And when you do start to tidy up your home, it's important to give yourself some breathing room.
If you're going to be in an enclosed space, make sure you have some sort of ventilation, either a fan moving air out of the room or an open window. Wear proper protective equipment such as gloves, goggles.
For more on safe cleaning practices, visit our website.
Use a little bit of elbow grease. That's the best thing you can mix with any of these chemicals here.
In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Elbow grease. I don't know if they have that
Yeah.
for sale at Home Depot.
No, you have to kind of provide that yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. You get yourself a big old Mac Daddy pressure washer too. And that'll
I'll
do
bring
it.
that into my shower.
Big tools.
Knock the tiles right off. Okay, right after the break, Ryan Sudol will have our sports updates, and we have a couple of guys, local filmmakers, in talking about indie film playing in Belfast tomorrow.
Sounds like a neat project. We'll hear about it right after this.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Protect your vehicle from rusting away with Bell's Automotive Protection. We are the leader in mobile undercoating and rust proofing in Maine. We'll travel right to your driveway using the best and safest products on the market. This is much safer than rubberized coatings that can cause damage later on. We spray all types of vehicles, including commercial fleets. We all know vehicles aren't cheap anymore. Don't let the harsh winter chemicals eat them away. Call us or visit our page for a free quote. 207-659-3805.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my dish game.
Oh, and see, in that dishwasher.
Watch me.
Platinum Plus gives you the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah.
Scrape, load, done. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Simple principle. When selection gets low, savings tend to disappear. But now that there's a great selection, there are lots of great savings deals. So come to the Toyota Spring Savings Event, where you could get special low 1.99% financing on most 2024 Tundra hybrid and gas models, which could save you up to $3,400. Great selection means great savings deals. At your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
I just want to know if I have a crush.
Love is a funny thing.
I'm both threatened and delighted by your brain. She makes me crazy.
That's where it starts.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
This is going to be the toughest next level chef yet.
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive.
All new Next Level Chef, Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start in the NBA with the Boston Celtics. Saturday, the C's trying to go ahead 2-1 in the conference quarterfinals on the road against the Miami Heat. One of the big stories coming out of Game 2, the struggles of Kristaps Porzingis. To start the scoring in the first quarter, he says, "I'll take that and raise you 3." He had the first 5, 18 in all. Second quarter, big lead already, up 17 off a miss. Jason Tatum to Derek White, up to Drew Holiday. And look out, here comes Jaylen Brown, gets fouled on the way up, and the lay-in goes down. 63-39 C's at the break. Third quarter, Heat going on a little run. Jamie Jaquez Jr. hurling it to Bam Adebayo, and it's a Bam jam to cap off a 10-2 run, but there was no stopping Boston. Jason Tatum does not care. They're almost up 30. He'll still put Caleb Martin on skates. Sweet fadeaway. He had 22 for the team high. It's tied with Jaylen Brown. Celtics win it, 104-84.
We came out and did what we were supposed to do. We executed on defense. Still think we could play better on offense, but I thought we did a good job tonight. We're still getting, a feel for the playoffs together with this unit. So we should look forward to maximize next game.
Game 4, Monday at 7 p.m. We'll have highlights for you there as well. Okay, now let's hit the ice. Dozens gathered over at Brewers Penobscot Ice Arena Saturday afternoon in honor of its former owner, the late George Bishop, being honored with a celebration of life. Bishop passing away unexpectedly on March 3rd, aged 65. When Bishop purchased the arena in 2013, there were dirty locker rooms, boards ready to fall in, little to no insulation, but now it is a go-to spot for skaters. It wouldn't be that, or maybe even be standing, without Bishop's drive to make it better.
He started work the day they signed papers, started with the bathrooms, got them clean and sanitary. The boards were short to follow. It was just amazing how fast it all happened and the amount of effort he put in.
I mean, if it wasn't for him, this would be a storage facility. His presence and his ability to be able to make this place what it is now is just amazing.
And his influence on the expansion of local youth hockey can't be understated. He gave the Penobscot Pioneers a home at the PIA. He was on the board and coached for the Maine Inferno girls youth team. With the rink being at top shape all year round, it allows for more kids to discover and improve their skating. That and more are just as big marks of his legacy.
He did stuff for free with his own time, sometimes with his own money, and just to really grow the game and get as many kids possible playing.
The people and the groups that he's affected is just, you can't even put a word to it. You can't speak to it.
He will definitely be missed. Okay, now let's hit the soccer pitch. Governor Janet Mills officially declaring Saturday the Maine Day of Soccer. Why? Well, Maine's first ever pro soccer team now has a name. Introducing the Portland Hearts of Pine. The name and logo unveiled in front of over 1,000 fans at Thompson's Point Saturday, with co-owners Tom Karen of Nesson and Gabe Hoffman Johnson hosting. The team will start play in 2025 as part of the USL, the second largest men's soccer league in America. Those directly involved and the fans believe this is the start of something special.
It's not a United, it's not an FC. There's sort of, some of the more standard names that people seem to be using over and over again. We want to do something that was truly ours.
We got 2 little boys, and it's going to be really exciting to take them to soccer matches. It feels like Portland's got such a good sports community already with like the Sea Dogs and the Celtics and the Mariners, that it's nice to have one more team we can take them to, especially soccer.
Cannot wait to see them get out there. Now let's head up to Orono, with Maine baseball having the chance Saturday to win their first America East Series of the year against Binghamton. Let's start in the 5th inning. Maine up 3-1. Binghamton's Devin Bade, with the bases loaded, hits it hard to short. That's good enough to score Eric Maidenberg and make it 3-2. Bottom 6, Maine's Will Burns up. He's going to sky one to shallow left. You got to call for it, kids. No one's calling for it here, and guess what? It drops. Jeremiah Jenkins scores. It's 4-2 Black Bears. Top 7 now, it's Bade again. This time he flies out to left. Jenkins makes the play there, but Nick Braselli tags and scores to make it a 1-run game again. Bottom 8 now, Maine's Dean O'Neill with runners on first and second, bounces a base hit. Logan Burrows slides in, and it's 5-3. The Black Bears go on to win 9-3. They win the series. And now let's go to some other scores from the area. Doubleheader of softball, Maine softball, down at UMass Lowell. They get swept. UMass Lowell winning game 1 3-0. Game 2, they win 4-3. Class A girls lacrosse, Bangor, a 14-3 victory over Edward Little. And in Class A baseball, Hamden Academy still unbeaten. They beat Lewiston 10-4. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Sometimes your work shirt needs to be for more than just work. Like when it needs to be a big, soft shoulder to cry on. Which is why Downy does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better. Downy, breathe life into your laundry.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
An official message from Medicare.
A new law is helping us save more money on prescription drugs. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, our drug premiums are zero, and our out-of-pocket costs are low.
I enrolled and I'm saving money. If you're single and make less than $23,000 a year, or are a married couple making less than $31,000, you may qualify and save. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp.
Hi, Eastern Maine. Watch 25 Words or Less with me, Meredith Vieira, weekdays at 9 a.m. after Good Morning Maine on Fox 22.
Major League Baseball on Fox.
What I'm doing, getting right to it. The money is talking, I'm flowing, it's coming in just how I do it.
Major League Baseball all season long on Fox.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Matt Enos and Mike Urchin. They are filmmakers. They have a film showing in Belfast tomorrow at the Colonial. It's created and starring by by Matt, and it's an indie film that's been described as subversive, hilarious, and not for everyone. Guys, thanks for joining us this morning.
That's great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's this film called?
The movie is called Battle Legends: The Legend of Battle Master.
Cool. What's it about?
So, well, we wanted to do like as much of a classic 70s kind of martial arts style movie as possible.
Yeah.
But we live in Maine, and we're not exactly martial artists, even though we kind of look like we are.
Right.
Yeah, I totally thought you were.
Yeah.
It happens. But we watched a lot of that stuff growing up as kids, so
yeah, a lot of
that's close enough.
The Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme stuff. So it's kind of it has the look of the 70s because we like that aesthetic, but it's got the attitude of the 90s.
Right. Right. And this was all based off of a TV show that people can already watch on YouTube, the Slim Duffy Show, right?
Yes. So we started doing this web series in 2016. Did it consistently for about 5 years. Always wanted to do a longer movie, just weren't really sure what it was going to be, and then decided to do something more genre specific to try to kind of get a wider audience.
We'd been building the characters over a sense of, a number of years, and then like creating the environments that they live in and deciding how we're going to handle it, being that, it's very non sequitur. Things don't necessarily carry over from episode to episode.
But by genre specific, what are some words for that, do you think, that the film would be called?
Martial arts, comedy.
Yeah.
We always describe the show as surreal comedy, which is kind of a weird thing to explain to people. Like, what does that mean exactly? And it doesn't really explain the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
But just weird, right?
Yeah,
it's
weird.
It's supposed to be
weird,
silly.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were watching some clips before you guys came in here, and it is funny too.
Right. It is funny.
It's sort of like a live action cartoon. Like when I describe it to people, a lot of the times they say it's animated.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but it's should be, it's got those elements, very slapsticky cartoon elements.
Like the first episode lacked dialogue, but it was just so expressive that it's like, okay, I know what's going on here. But who's your audience, your preferred audience? Who are you reaching out to?
Anybody that's really into just cult stuff, independent, low budget, just cinephiles, I guess.
Which is a lot of people who are into films. That's your audience.
I really like the spirit of independent creation. I think Hollywood films have their place, but I really like to see those films from a small group of people who just had the ambition to just do it, regardless of their skill sets or qualifications to do so. And then you just kind of like let the cards, fall where they may and see what happens.
That's how you get better, too.
Absolutely. That's why we were working on our body of content for so long and like really developing the world and the characters so that when we stepped into our feature, we had a good sensibility of like who these characters are.
Yeah, we were probably like a year into doing the show at least before we really figured the characters out. If you watch some of the earlier episodes, our voices are way different, and we're still just kind of working through it. So.
But that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You guys are so funny, and it's going to be showing in Belfast. So it's got to mean a lot to you being local to that area.
Absolutely. That was the theater that we're showing our first feature film at. Was the theater that I saw my first movie at, which was Aladdin back long time ago.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right, and this is tomorrow. Can you what do people need to know if they want to go?
It's tomorrow night at 6:30 in Dreamland.
Cool.
At the Belfast Colonial
There'll
Theater.
be a Q&A afterwards. We'll get up and do a question and answer kind of audience participation.
We've got some merchandise to sell to help support our next feature that we are currently in pre-production on.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, if you want to learn more, just Google Battle Legends, the legend of the Battle Master. And Matt and Mike, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. We really appreciate you having us on.
Congrats as well.
Thank you.
We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Areas of dense fog are developing this morning, but before we get to that, we also want to show you the wave heights. A lot calmer out there this morning at around 2 to 4 feet according to the buoys. No advisories in effect off the coastline or on land for that matter either, which helps to branch us in to the fog. We have a little bit of fog developing in a few spots like Bar Harbor and further off towards the west, but the rest of us, maybe some hit and miss areas of dense fog, but that's about it. No advisories in effect for that, at least at this time. But looking forward, though, again, we had a little bit of rain recently, but now that it's since started to taper off, so again, looking pretty nice out there for today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky with a good amount of sunshine, so definitely make sure to have the sunglasses ready to go as you do venture out. The bigger picture looks a little bit like this. So we have showers and thunderstorms that are developing across parts of the country again, especially across the Midwest. Some of the storms in the southern parts of the U.S. have got on the stronger side already this morning, so they may need to watch that. But for us, not looking too bad moving forward this week. Futurecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky expected for today. Keep the sunglasses ready to go. We'll see a good amount of sunshine later on tonight. Eventually becoming partly cloudy. We'll have to wait until tomorrow morning for the clouds to approach. And then throughout the day Tuesday, on and off cloud cover, but it looks like not looking too bad in that regard. A partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky in a few spots. But by the time we head towards Tuesday night, a few chances for rain showers will move in. Some of those could linger into Wednesday morning, but they will be out of here when Wednesday gets going as well. So overall, Wednesday itself will be looking pretty good. Now let's talk about some gusty winds here. Gusty up to around 25 to 30 miles per hour across the region today. So keep that in mind as you do travel. The winds will start to back off a little bit later on tonight. They're looking pretty good as we head towards tomorrow. Maybe a few gusts up to 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, but those will be hit and miss depending on where you're at. As our average high temperature is now 60 degrees, we'll do mid 60s for us today. Upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, lower 60s as we head towards Thursday and Friday. Upper 50s, lower 60s again Saturday and also into your Sunday. So for today, here we go. Middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy. North wind getting up to around 30 miles per hour at times. By tonight, middle 30s, partly cloudy and breezy. North wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. Tomorrow, here we go. Upper 50s, mostly cloudy. North wind only at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday with highs in the upper 50s. Lower 60s again for your Thursday, also under a mostly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy for the day on Friday. Highs also in the low 60s.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
There's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%.
Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well, you can replace multiple cleaning products. Try Dawn Power Wash.
When it comes to automotive and heavy equipment repair, trust the experts at CTI Service Center, located in Old Town and Milford. CTI offers heavy-duty part sales at our Old Town location, as well as on-the-road service with our heavy-duty mobile units. CTI also offers tire sales, including Mountain Spin Balance, as well as Old Town's only heavy-duty alignment system. CTI Service Center diagnoses issues swiftly and accurately. For reliable service and peace of mind, give us a call or visit us online at ctiservicecenter.com. CTI Service Center, simply the best.
This summer, a family trivia competition where brains and balls collide. Avoid the splash. Get the cash. It's television's ballsiest quiz show.
Why are they risking you?
She's the oldest. She's had enough time to live.
The Quiz with Balls premieres Tuesday, May 28th.
Who says size doesn't matter?
On Fox.
I like this.
like how they did this. A 100-meter tall Godzilla was projected on the side of a Tokyo government building on Saturday. It was all part of the 70th anniversary of the monster's creation. Visitors from all over flocked to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government #1 building to watch the larger-than-life-sized Godzilla battle a flying object. Wow. The radioactive monster, who is also a tourism ambassador to the district of the Japanese capital, has amassed quite the following, with 38 live-action films in total, 5 of which were released in the U.S. Pretty neat, though,
Cool.
to see that on the side of the building.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're about out of time. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a good day.